Moving to a bustling, dynamic city like Dhaka is an incredible opportunity, but let's be honest with ourselves. It comes with an equal mix of excitement and anxiety. Whether you're relocating for an amazing new job, heading up a long-term business project, or traveling for medical treatment, stepping into a fast-paced South Asian metropolis requires a really solid game plan. Welcome to This Explainer. Today, we're going to transform that pre-travel anxiety into absolute confidence. Consider this your ultimate step-by-step guide to a totally stress-free relocation and a comfortable long-term stay.
So, I want you to ask yourself right now, are you truly ready for the logistics of living away from home for weeks or maybe even months? For the professionals, students, and medical tourists joining us today, a long stay is just a whole different ballgame compared to a weekend vacation. You need a space that actually supports your daily life, your work, and your well-being. Adapting to a new environment is just so much easier when you're properly prepared, and that is exactly what we're going to set up for you right now.
Okay, let's dive into this. We've organized this overwhelming process into an easy 5-step roadmap. 1. The Furnished Advantage. 2. Pre-arrival prep and packing. 3. Planning finances. 4. Making it feel like home. And 5. Thriving in Dhaka.
Kicking things off with Step 1, the Furnished Advantage. This is where professional hospitality meets the comfort of home.
The really crucial point here is the striking difference in how you'll actually live day to day. A traditional hotel room is, at its core, just a place to sleep, right? It's a bed and a bathroom. But a furnished service department? That gives you an entire living space. We're talking a separate bedroom, a living room to actually relax in, a kitchen to cook your own meals, in-unit laundry, fast Wi-Fi, and the amazing bonus of professional housekeeping. It lets you enjoy the absolute convenience of a home without ever sacrificing that professional support. Now, what's really interesting about this master checklist is how it transforms a completely chaotic move into highly manageable actions. By breaking your prep down into specific areas, like securing reliable accommodation for comfort, organizing your documents to prevent travel hiccups, and confirming your internet for seamless work communication, you're setting yourself up for success before you even pack a single bag. Moving right along to Step 2, pre-arrival prep and packing. Time to pack smart and confirm those essentials. Listen, if you take away just one phrase from this explainer regarding your luggage, please let it be this: pack smart, not heavy. One of the absolute biggest mistakes long-term travelers make is just massively overpacking. Stuffing multiple huge suitcases with things you might use is literally just going to weigh you down. Plus, trying to navigate Dhaka's bustling streets and legendary traffic with excessive luggage, yeah, that's an adventure you definitely want to skip. Instead, just follow this simple packing hierarchy. First, go for mix and match clothing and comfortable shoes. Dhaka has pretty high humidity, so light fabrics are definitely your friend here. And honestly, you won't need a massive wardrobe because your service department likely has laundry facilities. Second, pack just enough toiletries for your first few days to hold you over until you can hit a local store. Third, absolutely secure all your prescription medications and health insurance details. And fourth, purposefully leave some empty space in your luggage. You are absolutely going to want room for the local items you pick up during your stay.
But, before you zip up that perfectly packed suitcase, keep in mind that not every apartment offers the exact same facilities. You've got to proactively confirm your amenities. Do they have high-speed Wi-Fi and a dedicated workspace if you're working remotely? Is there reliable air conditioning, which, by the way, is an absolute must in Dhaka, along with a fully equipped kitchen and a washing machine? What about the security services and parking? Proactively confirming these details in advance completely eliminates any stressful surprises on move-in day.
Which brings us to Step 3, planning finances. We need to establish a realistic monthly budget. And this brilliantly illustrates how to divide up your cash flow to reduce financial stress right out of the gate. A realistic breakdown looks something like this: 30% for groceries, 20% for transportation, 25% for dining and entertainment, 15% for any utilities that aren't included, and setting aside a really vital 10% for emergency spending. Planning your finances like this allows you to actually enjoy your extended stay, rather than constantly stressing over your bank account. Now here's a highly actionable takeaway for you. Knowledge is quite literally money. If you're living in Dhaka, spend an hour researching the local transportation options. Figure out how to hail a CNG or use the ride-sharing apps, and map out the supermarkets closest to your apartment. Knowing exactly where to buy your groceries and how to efficiently navigate the transit system will keep your daily expenses well under control. Okay, Step 4, making it feel like home. Let's talk about actually settling into your temporary space.
You know, even the most beautifully designed serviced apartment can feel a little unfamiliar at first, so small touches absolutely matter. Pack a few select items from home, a favorite book, some framed family photos, a cozy blanket, or honestly, even just your favorite coffee mug. More importantly, try to establish your routines immediately. Cooking your own breakfast, keeping up with your exercise, or just reading before bed creates a welcoming atmosphere. The whole beauty of a serviced apartment is that it's designed to support this home-like vibe effortlessly.
Let's move to step 5 and see how this all builds together. Thriving in Dhaka. This is all about neighborhoods, organization, and apartment policies. Living in Dhaka becomes so much richer when you actually take the time to discover the area immediately around your apartment. I highly encourage you to locate the nearby grocery stores, pharmacies, parks, fitness centers, and banks basically as soon as you arrive. Interacting with local businesses doesn't just save you immense amounts of time, it makes you feel like a local, which enriches your whole long-stay experience and makes daily life far more convenient.
Back inside the apartment, staying organized is literally the secret to thriving. Over weeks or months, travelers tend to accumulate papers, receipts, and just clutter. So detail a simple organizational system for yourself right from week 1. Store your important documents both digitally and physically. Keep your local emergency contact numbers visible, maybe stick them on the fridge, and create a simple repeating schedule for your cleaning, laundry, and grocery runs. Maintaining a tidy living space heavily contributes to better productivity and way less stress.
Another crucial part of thriving is simply being a great resident. Every serviced apartment has its own guidelines regarding guest allowances, scheduled times for housekeeping, parking rules, noise levels, and eventually checkout procedures. Reading and respecting these policies builds an incredibly positive relationship with property management. And trust me on this one, maintaining clear, polite communication with management means if a maintenance issue ever does pop up, it gets solved much, much faster.
If you are planning an upcoming trip and you specifically need a place in the highly sought-after Bashundhara residential area in Dhaka, you don't actually have to do the hunting yourself. REIT Limited is the ultimate stress-free solution to help you secure top-tier, fully furnished, serviced accommodation. You can just reach out to them directly at +880-1711-993377 or visit their website at hotels.com/BD to find the exact right place for your stay. As we wrap up this explainer, I want to leave you with this somewhat provocative thought. How will you turn your temporary space into a true home? Preparing for a long stay is about so much more than just throwing things in a bag. It's about choosing the right environment, planning your budget wisely, getting organized, and actively embracing a brand new lifestyle. With thoughtful preparation, any temporary apartment can completely transform into a deeply rewarding, comfortable journey from your very first day in Dhaka. Thanks for joining me on this explainer, and safe travels.